Hey everyone, in this video we'll be covering dealing with your enemies through the angel Lovel and Enki, the Sumerian spirit. And this is a not more subdued, but slightly different take on baneful magic and dealing with your enemies through certain spirits. Even though we're covering a demon here, it shouldn't necessarily be conflated or falsely connected that the demons only do sort of baneful magic. That doesn't make sense, and that's a false sort of thought belief for a lot of occultists, and it shouldn't be a thing, because the Viking spirits, the Egyptians, Sumerians, the jinn can all do baneful magic, and all the angels can do very severe baneful magic as well. The Qliphothic aspect can do something different of Lovel, and the Qliphothic aspect of this would just mean sort of the opposite aspect. It's like Viking spirits and Norse spirits. I consider it like violence and nice. Viking and Norse. It's just two different aspects of the same spirits. But for this example, Lovel, the angel, can remove the torment that your most severe and challenging enemies throw your way, then shifts out their lives to be in continual suffering. Not so obvious in a way, but you have to be aware of your enemies in general, so that you can see them sort of acting out in their sort of torment and suffering, and their lives become sort of engrossed in deeply negative crisis and general torment. But over time, after I would say not days but weeks, you would notice them sort of suffering quite a bit, and they're sort of indirectly removed from your environment. They might still be there, but they're not affecting you directly. Their energy is contained and not affecting you. Enki, the Sumerian spirit, rebounds the damage and hurt thrown at you by your closest and most affecting enemies, then guides them to be exposed by those sort of closest to them, but it's mostly those who can best and most severely deal with them. It's for a personal level, or any other way that most destroys them, mentally, sort of emotionally, and in general for their reputations. Reputations for them are destroyed for long-term suffering, and that just kind of reveals to others around them how evil they are, so that they can't be trusted. They're no longer good people to the people closest to them, family members, friends, whatever. And Salos, the demon, can modify both of these. Lovel, Salos can reveal your enemies to their loved ones and friends, and they're revealed for their wickedness, their evil, their kind of how they've screwed over their friends and loved ones. Kind of similar to Enki, but it's slightly different in the immediate and long-term effects of that. It depends on the situation, but the Gur, the Viking spirit, can amplify both situations, where they experience some physical trauma as well, where there's like an accident where they're exposed, or something really greatly physical happens, like if it's in the school or a workplace, they're either fired or kicked out of the school. And that's not saying that that'll always happen. It's just that that's a common sort of catastrophic moment. Or let's say in public, they are called out by somebody that knows how bad they are, and it's a fight in public where it's not really a physical fight, but they're called out verbally, and it's incredibly aggressive to the point where they're emotionally kind of distraught or in torment. There's a lot of drama built up about that. But Salos can kind of shift the situation out so that they don't feel that they're good people, and that expresses itself through others, letting them know kind of through it doesn't physical damage to them isn't excluded, but that's not guaranteed. It's just about torment and suffering continually, so that they know through prolonged torment for months and years, possibly even, that they are just kind of taken out of the game and dealt with. Dealing with them in this regard is not destroying them. It's sort of prolonged torment and suffering. But this has been dealing with your enemies through Lovel, the angel, and Enki, the Sumerian spirit, along with the demon, Salos, and the Gur, the Viking spirit. And if you would like to learn more about these spirits, please check out the links below, or talk to me and reach out about a custom ritual that might, if you need help with dealing with enemies or nasty people in your life. And as always, please have the spirits guide you to where you need to be. Thank you.